Hello, Africa. Hello, world. Tell me how you're doing. I hope you've all been well, staying safe, staying healthy. It's time to reconnect and to think about things differently. There's a lot that's been going on, and I was trying to figure out what's the best way to share something positive, to share something powerful, to share something relatable. And I came upon a story that I want to share with you today. A story that encapsulates life's most important lesson in a single short story. I thank you for joining me on this live stream, which will be recorded so that you can play back and you can share and retell the story with those that you love and those that you care for. If you're on the stream, tag somebody, help somebody who might be dealing with things that are beyond their control, who might be struggling with how to interpret and how to manage. It's a positive story, so I hope you're all in a positive mindset. Let's get those headphones on and let's share an important life lesson. Imagine you had to pick a single sentence to encapsulate all of the world's knowledge about how we should behave as human beings. What would it be? What one statement could capture several millennia of history's best thinkers, philosophers, and prophets on the topic of ethics and morality? I think you'll be hard-pressed to do better than this. Treat other people the way you want and the way you would like to be treated. The golden rule. And that's probably why we call it the golden rule, and why it shows up in just about every culture that's existed in some form or another. Treat other people the way you would like to be treated. But even a statement as pithy and rich with meaning as the golden rule pales in comparison to the effectiveness of a good story when it comes to communicating the message in a way that will be understood and heeded by people of all ages. And that's why today I'm thrilled to have come across this 13th century French folk tale, The Shed Covering. There was once a family with 3 generations living under one roof. And one day, the time had come when grandfather could no longer work to help himself, to support himself or the household. He became a burden to his son and grandchildren. As was the custom at the time, his son told him that he had to move out. But he wasn't completely heartless. So to protect the old man from the cold, he told his oldest grandchild to find a nice warm blanket for the old man to take with him. The child returned with the nicest, warmest blanket in the house, but with only half of it. And the father noticed that it had been quickly and crudely torn into two. So he asked his son, "Why did you keep the other blanket? Why did you keep the other half?" The child responded, "Oh, I'm keeping that one for you, Daddy, when it's your time to go." As parents, it is easy to forget that our children learn so much more from what we do than from what we say. Hear me now, that's an important one. As parents, it's easy to forget that our children learn much more from what we do than from what we say. So let us use this story to be a reminder to all of us to not only teach our children to be good people, but to live out those very principles ourselves. If we treat others the way we want to be treated, they will treat us that way. And our child and our children will see that and do likewise. Hear me now, that's really important here, that we listen in on this key learning and key message. If we treat others the way we want to be treated, they will treat us that way, and our children will see and do likewise. As with all of these stories, I encourage you to share this with your children, and then maybe to have a discussion about it. I've got some questions that will help you get started. Number one, what do you think of the father's decision to send the grandfather out when he could no longer earn his keep? Do you think he was surprised when his son explained why he had only brought back half of the blanket? Number three, do you think he might reconsider his decision? Question number four, think about the people you spend time with around today, around a past time. Did you treat them, each of them, the way you would want to be treated? And finally, when do you think it's appropriate to treat someone differently than you would want them to treat you? Each one teach one. Through the power of storytelling, I share this with you so you can start having these conversations, so you can start self-reflecting, so you can start recalibrating the way you behave, act with regards to ethics and morality. I'm super grateful to the best-selling author, business storytelling coach, and keynote speaker, who is Paul Smith, from where I got this story in a book called Parenting with a Story. I encourage you to connect up with Paul Smith on LinkedIn, in his podcasts, in his books, as he can help make you a better parent, one story at a time. by sharing real-life lessons in character for both you as a parent and for your children. I've used images in this real quick storytelling to hopefully visually stimulate your mind by using images that will resonate and maybe reach your heart. I'd like to thank all the photographers that contribute their gift, their talent, their purpose on platforms like Pixabay, so that people like myself can find stock-free images and use them to bring stories to life. Folks, this has been a short one. It's been a powerful one, and I hope you can relate, retell, and engage your family as you start thinking about this story. As usual, I like to end off on a health tip. Mine to yours is to wish you to be safe, to be healthy, to be hydrated, and to always remain kind. Each one teach one. It's our time to shine as parents. It's our time to shine as children of great parents. It's our time to shine as leaders. It's time to shine. Thank you for those who joined me on the stream. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the fact that you will use this story to kick off conversations with you and yours. Have a wonderful day, folks. Stay positive, be blessed, and take care.